I stood there in my wedding gown, bouquet still clutched in my shaking hands, staring at the text that would shatter everything. "You're fired. Consider it my gift to you." The words burned straight through me, on what should have been the happiest day of my life. Moments earlier, I had said I do to the man I loved more than anything. Now in the quiet church vestibule with distant laughter floating in from the guests, I felt my entire world tilt sideways. My name is Brooke Harlan. And for 2 years I had poured my heart into building something meaningful at Pinnacle Architects. I was the kind of person who double-checked every detail and remembered client preferences that others forgot. My parents had taught me the value of precision, and when my father faced health struggles during college, I pushed even harder to finish my degree while working nights. That dedication earned me a spot modernizing project systems at one of the city's top firms. Victor Caldwell, the founder, saw my potential right away. He let me create a comprehensive management platform that tracked every blueprint version, budget item, and permit requirement. Projects finished faster, and clients raved about the results. Everything changed when Victor began stepping back and placed his son Bryce in charge. Bryce had bounced between departments without real success, and suddenly he was my direct boss. Where his father valued my ideas, Bryce pushed me aside, took credit for my work, and cancelled training sessions I had planned. I met Nolan during that difficult period while submitting plans for the city's biggest downtown revitalization project. He worked at the permit office and actually reviewed documents carefully instead of rushing them through. Our conversations about architecture turned into coffee dates, and soon he became my safe harbor from the growing tension at work. What I didn't realize at first was that Nolan had spotted troubling patterns in recent submissions, especially those handled personally by Bryce. 2 months into our relationship, Nolan proposed, and we planned a simple wedding. I sensed my position at Pinnacle was becoming unstable after Bryce made comments about restructuring. Still, nothing prepared me for that text on my actual wedding day. I showed it to Nolan expecting anger, but he simply smiled, took my hands and whispered that today belonged to us. His calm gave me the strength to silence my phone and walk back into the celebration surrounded by cheers and rose petals. Hours later, during our first dance, my maid of honor, Sophia, rushed over with wide eyes. "Brooke, your phone has been going crazy. Over 100 missed calls, many from the office and several from Victor himself." I slipped away to listen to the voicemails, and my stomach twisted with a strange mix of shock and power. Victor explained that Bryce had no authority to fire me, and the company was now paralyzed without access to the system I had built. No one else fully understood its complexities, because Bryce had blocked proper training. Nolan found me in the bridal suite and gently revealed what he had been documenting. Bryce had been altering approved plans after engineering sign-off, removing safety measures and substituting cheaper materials to cut corners. The realization hit hard. My firing wasn't just personal spite, it removed me from liability while leaving the firm desperate. Nolan suggested we do nothing immediately, enjoy our honeymoon in Bali, and return stronger. For the first time, I felt in control of my own story. Throughout our week in paradise, the calls kept coming. Victor's messages shifted from urgent demands to desperate pleas, and eventually generous offers including triple salary and partial ownership. I deleted them all. This had never been about money for me, but about respect and doing things right. On our last evening, Nolan mentioned an opening in city consulting where someone with my unique perspective could create better verification protocols. The idea sparked something powerful inside me. Back home, I registered Apex compliance solutions within days. Victor called almost immediately, begging me to return and offering anything to fix the stalled downtown project. I calmly explained that I was no longer available as an employee but had started my own firm. When he pushed to hire us, I revealed my first client was the city planning department developing new submission guidelines. The silence on the other end told me he understood the implications for Bryce's altered plans. The city audit uncovered serious violations in Pinnacle's submissions, including thinned, load-bearing walls and missing safety features. The downtown project was halted, Bryce was removed and blacklisted, and the firm lost millions in reputation. My consulting business took off quickly with multiple municipal contracts. Nolan earned a well-deserved promotion for his integrity. We bought a charming fixer-upper and began building the life we envisioned. 1 year after the wedding, a thick envelope arrived with a handwritten letter from Victor. He acknowledged the damage caused by his son's actions and his own blindness. Bryce had completed ethics training and was starting over in a junior role. The company had new leadership and protocols. Victor asked if I would consult on their reforms not as an employee, but to help ensure they never failed public trust again. I discussed it with Nolan and decided to meet them. At the office, I noticed genuine changes, new energy and updated systems. Victor looked aged by stress while Bryce sat quietly, showing visible humility. He offered a sincere apology, admitting his actions were vindictive and dangerous. They presented a folder with their new processes and a substantial consulting offer, along with a check covering my entire wedding costs, and the original system files on a drive. I set conditions including triple fees and requiring Bryce to complete every training module I assigned. I reviewed their proposal but ultimately proposed a different path. A true partnership where Apex would handle project management and compliance, while Pinnacle focused on design. We would operate separately, but bid together, ensuring ethical standards. After board approval and a competitor bribery scandal, the city awarded us the revitalization contract. Bryce started as junior coordinator, completing daily training and gradually earning respect through hard work. Months later, I watched him personally verify site work early one morning. He explained he needed to understand every detail from the ground up. When I asked why he fired me on my wedding day, he admitted it came from deep insecurity and jealousy of my relationship with his father. I told him forgiveness wasn't owed but could grow through consistent actions. He accepted the challenge and our project moved forward successfully ahead of schedule. The partnership model gained national attention, and my firm expanded while Pinnacle slowly rebuilt its reputation. When Victor considered promoting Bryce, I supported it with the condition that he present to the community himself. I attended anonymously and saw real growth as he addressed past mistakes with honesty and patience. His transparency turned skepticism into cautious hope. Looking back, I never sought pure destruction. I chose reconstruction on my terms, creating accountability that benefited everyone, including the community. True power came from rising above betrayal rather than matching it. Nolan and I still walk past the site, sometimes reflecting on how one cruel text led to something far better. If this story touched you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share your own experiences in the comments. Have you ever turned a major professional setback into unexpected success? Let me know below. And if you want more stories like this about resilience, career triumphs, and personal growth, check out the end screen videos right now. Your support means everything and helps bring more of these real feeling journeys to life.